Hello friends, followers and channel members, welcome back to the channel and our first video here in 2025. Now sadly this is a video I hoped I was never going to have to make because I really like Flight Simulator 2024. I think it looks absolutely superb, but there is a huge problem with this sim, and if you were on our live stream yesterday where we did our first live stream flight of the year, you'll have seen the sim crash to desktop a couple of times. If you were on our Lapland Santa special flight at the end of last year, you will have seen Flight Sim 24 crash to desktop 3 times, I think it was in the end, which does of course lead many of you to ask me the question, why am I still trying to fly and stream in Flight Sim 24 when Flight Sim 2020 is much more stable? Well, I cannot disagree with you. Flight Sim 2020 is amazing. It works, there are no problems, compatibility with everything isn't an issue, and it flies like a dream, literally. But there's just something about Flight Sim 24 that I really want to work. So today I spent a lot of time having a look at the issues in Flight Sim 24 and trying to tweak things to ensure that crash to desktops will maybe not be eradicated, I'm not sure that's possible, but certainly reduced, and that's what I want to share with you in this video. What can we do to try and get rid of CTDs in Flight Sim 24 if that is the sim that you want to see prevail? Now, one of the first things we have to look at is the add-ons that we're using in Flight Sim 24, and one of the largest ones, of course, is GSX. Now, GSX is compatible with Flight Sim 24, but what is very important is ensuring that all of the jetways and ground vehicles that GSX uses are disabled. They are not yet considered compatible, and even Umberto at GSX has suggested turning all of these off so they don't try and interfere with the scenery in Flight Sim 24 at the moment until GSX has been fully overhauled. Next then, it was time to be very brutal with my community folder. Whilst there are lots of scenery available now for Flight Sim 24 that was previously released for Flight Sim 2020, simply copying and pasting everything from 2020 into 2024 has been known to cause issues, and this is something we discovered yesterday. I've got Flight Tampers Amsterdam in there. It crashed on approach there yesterday, so time to be very brutal. I have literally cleared out my community folder of everything and started from scratch, and had to re-download any scenery that I wanted, but only downloaded scenery from the various different providers that has been certified to work with Flight Sim 24. Now, depending on the developer and where you purchase your scenery from, this will be very easy. For example, Innerbuilds lists all of their sceneries that are available for either Flight Sim 2024, 2020, or indeed both. Of course, if it's valid for 24, this then shouldn't give you any issues. Orbex as well are slowly converting many of their sceneries over to Flight Sim 24. Be sure to check from their installer onto the 2024 menu, and this then will bring up a list of compatible sceneries that you probably already owned for Flight Sim 2020, but these are ones that are now also available and work in Flight Sim 24. It is exactly the same deal with the Aerosoft installer. Again, ensure you have got the 2024 Flight Simulator selected in their Aerosoft 1 installer, and of course our channel partner, the Contrail store, can easily show you 2024 sceneries. A reminder, our channel discount is reactivated for 2025, so get yourself 10% off any purchases from the Contrail store, but remember you can only use the code once, so use it wisely. So now my Flight Sim 24 only has default handcrafted Zobo aircraft in there, or Flight Simulator 2024 compliant scenery as advised by the actual developers. The next thing I wanted to do then was check out my graphics settings in the sim. Now, one of the things I do remember with Flight Sim 2020 is that many of us, myself included, were also guilty of trying to push the sim probably far beyond the boundaries of the actual PC, turning everything onto Ultra because it looked fantastic and it was just about playable with the FPS. But doing this, I remember from 2020, resulted in a lot of crash to desktops. So I had just tweaked my graphics settings a little bit and downscaled them. Not by much, but just enough so that I still get good visuals with slightly better performance, because we also know that the sim does suffer from a VRAM memory leak. Now, this isn't something at the moment we can do anything about. This is going to be down to Microsoft and Azobo to try and fix. There are lots of reports of this online, and if you search the various forums, lots of people all saying the same thing. All we can try and do is reduce the amount of detail that we're trying to get out of the sim at the moment without obviously compromising our enjoyment of it. But this for me is the single biggest failure of Flight Sim 2024 at the moment. Has anybody here been flight simming long enough to remember OOMs? If you know, then let me know in the comments down below if you know what I'm talking about. So now, with all that done and many hours spent in the sim today, literally trying to break it, following all of the changes that I've shown you in this video and the various tweaks, I haven't had a single crash to desktop today. What does that mean? Probably means I got lucky. But I would love to know what you are doing to try and eradicate crash to desktops. Have you been lucky? Have you not had a single one in 2024? That would be amazing if that is indeed the case. Again, leave a comment down below, let me know. Have you tried what we've done in this video? If you have you had any crash to desktops since? Or are things starting to run a little bit more smoothly? That is all that we want. A stable sim which Flight Sim 2024 looks that amazing. It flies amazing. The handling, the ground response, it's all so much better than Flight Sim 2020. But what is the point of all of that if the program isn't stable enough to use? I would really love to hear your thoughts. I love reading your comments, so please let me know your thoughts down below and let me know how you're getting on with the sim. Or have you just decided, screw this, let's stick with 2020 until 24 is much more stable? I don't mind admitting that that is exactly where I was this time last night. A reminder, our Contrail store discount code has been reactivated for 2025, so even if you've used it previously, you can now use it again, get yourself 10% off your entire shopping basket. Also, check out our channel partner Innerbuilds, link in the video description below. Using that link to purchase Innerbuilds scenery and aircraft also helps support the channel, so a huge thanks to everyone who has already done that. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you found it useful and have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to leave a like. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers this year, so if you haven't done so already, please do hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of our future videos and of course live stream flights. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye bye for now.